Is everybody ready to play the most boring chapter in Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem? You wouldn't think that the most boring chapter in the game would be Edward Roivas, Creepy Grandpa himself. Well, we know he's not really Creepy Grandpa. Creepy Grandpa was pious, pretending to be Edward Roivas' ghost. Because Pius is a tricksy lich. I think he's a lich. I think that's the implication. I've seen him referred to as a lich in like walkthroughs and stuff. There are two phases to Edward's chapter, and they are both pretty boring, because neither of them really relies much on puzzle solving, or exploration, really. Because half of his chapter takes place here in the mansion, which we've already explored very thoroughly with two other characters before this point. And the other half, well, let's put it this way. You can kind of consider that Alex, in the little interludes between chapters, is sort of imposing on Max and Edward's playfields. Like, that's a way you can look at it. Like, the mansion actually belongs to Max and then Edward, because they're the ones that are actually there for their own chapters, their own stories, their own sequence of events. That's a good way to look at it a little bit. Maximilian discovered the city of Enga down below the mansion, but did not actually explore it. Edward's going to actually explore it. First, though, Edward's got to go talk to his own creepy grandpa. Look at these books here, just discarded. Got all these beautiful shelves, books just laying on the ground. Sloppy. Worst servants ever. But Edward is going to go down into the city of Enga. And the city of Enga is massive. It's also the final area of the game. It's the last area that you go to with Alex in the game's finale to solve a whole bunch of magic puzzles and fight a lot of monsters and eventually face off with Pius and win the game. But Edward has to go to the same area, and it's kind of the reverse situation. It's kind of like Edward is imposing on Alex's setting in that case. So where Alex gets to go down there and have like her own chapter where she gets to fight monsters and solve puzzles and explore the city, Edward's only going to be kind of like an interloper there. He's only going to be able to do things that, kind of like how after every chapter Alex has to solve a little mansion puzzle that is really just revisiting something a character in that chapter has done. Peter has his lucky penny that he uses in a fuse box, and then after Peter's chapter, Alex finds a lucky penny and she can go down and fix the fuse box. That kind of thing. That's sort of what Edgar's situation. Did I just say Edgar? Oh my god. I've been yelling at my dog all day, so. That's sort of Edward's situation. They don't really let him solve the puzzles on his own. They don't really let him really get into the meat of the city of Enga. He's really just going through the motions of the city of Enga, and I really don't remember where basically anything is. They give him a lot of firepower, that's for sure. There's lots of bullets laying around that he can pick up. But you'll see what I mean. Both halves of this chapter. It's also probably the longest chapter in the game. It's actually probably not longer than Alex's finale, but is pretty long. None of these servants say or do anything useful. I do find Maximilian's saber, though, which is nice, and you can slaughter the servants with impunity if you so choose. These servants are oblivious, man, even after the monster starts sneaking in. Like, they barely care at all. It's really, really strange. Oh, actually, I think it's in this other room over here. I have notes for this chapter, but I didn't name the rooms in my notes very well. So I just, like, upstairs bedroom, but there's, like, 7 upstairs bedrooms. I think this is the one. Yeah, because we can find some ammo sitting here, some shotgun shells. Edward is reassured at the sight of the family gun cabinet, itself a priceless antique. He would rather not have to smash the windows to get inside, but where did he leave the key? So yeah, there's a great gun in there, but Edward won't take it because he doesn't want to break any glass. And even after the mansion becomes infested with monsters... Oops, I was trying to pick this book up. There we go. He won't break the glass. And this is another missable item. You can actually get yourself into a state where you can't get in there and get that gun. But Alex finds 2 family histories, and each one has a clock hand in it. And we know what to do with a clock hand. I mean, we're not going to mince words about this, are we? Edward has kind of the same lope. He's not super fast. He runs out of breath pretty quickly, which is a little irritating because he's got to cover a lot of ground in his chapter, as we'll see. There's, more than any other character, he does just a lot of running around between areas. Let's go ahead and fix this clock up by putting the hour hand in place, and then the minute hand in place. And then, should Edward adjust the clock? Yes. To 3:33. There we go. This control stick is not the most precise instrument in the world. I'm still using my original GameCube controller from 2001. And yeah, the control stick is quite mushy, and it doesn't have very good travel to it anymore. So any kind of precision with this control stick is a little bit of a pipe dream, I would say.
And use them. They are humanity's only hope. Destroy the god.
See, he seems perfectly sane.
And avenge my wits.
It's just too bad he saw all those monsters, and those monsters broke his brain, and nothing else tragic happened. And so Edward takes some more shotgun shells and another revolver, and there's some elephant gun shells, and what else is in here? Oh, there's more shotgun shells. There's just bullets everywhere. He gets so much firepower, it's actually pretty silly. And now we have to set some magic. The 2 most useful spells. First, we're going to assign... Actually, this should already be assigned from last chapter, right? Yes, that's already signed. But we are going to assign Magic Pool. We're going to assign a purple version of that because we are going to need... In fact, we'll put it down here. We don't really need Shield anymore now that we have Magic Pool. This is going to restore our Sanity, which means Edward's not going to see Sanity effects. The thing is, Edward needs... Oh, we need to set one more, actually. Edward needs to use a lot of magic over the course of his chapter. Like, a lot of magic. Let's put this on up for Recover. There, that's pretty good. So we could cast an Xel'lotath version of Magic Pool to constantly restore his magic, but that's not going to be super useful because the blue version doesn't give him infinite stamina, which he also needs. So we're just going to go with the purple version for the sake of it. And... Oh, did I move before my 7-point reveal invisible went off? I'm casting this preemptively because Edward gets to see a new kind of monster in his chapter. Once we come around the corner here. Oh, look, it's the blue ghost lady from earlier. There's actually a reason for her, So this is the vampire. Is a new monster. And we're not going to come back into this room, so we're just going to move directly past this poor zombie lady. We'll pick up the half of this key here. And we want to get through this door with Reveal Invisible up. Because the vampire is invisible, I missed. We can see him. Otherwise, you can't... His movements around the house, he kind of just disappears through doors and stuff. But every time he enters a room, it's going to show us a cutscene of him going into that room. And we want him to not kill this guy. So actually, let's enchant the sword here. Beautiful. When we go in here, let's try to hit the monster without hitting the poor servant. Which may or may not be completely possible. The vampire, however, is immortal. Every time we attack him, he goes back to the basement where this Plinth of Xel'lotath lay and sucks more juice out of it. It's actually better if you're playing through Chaturga, because then it actually looks like he's draining blood out of creatures and out of the Plinth, but it's not the case here. Oh, did he just give me ammo? No. Yeah, he gives me the gun cabinet key. So now we can go get the big elephant gun, which I'm only going to fire once, just to show you what it does, and then never again, because like most guns in the game, it's actually not really worth using. I think we're going to get a little tutorial here, too, on how to use the elephant gun. Yeah, because it has a mode function. We can switch it to either single or double barrel mode. But either way, this gun has such a kick to it. I don't want to fire at you, buddy. Let's just... boom! Knocks him backwards. Pretty good, right? But we're not actually going to be using the elephant gun at all. What we need to do now is just kind of roam the house and wait for the vampire to attack another servant. I don't think we can just stumble upon the vampire even with Reveal Invisible up. I don't think we ever get to just see it moving throughout the house. It kind of teleports around. And there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to where he travels. I played the first part of this chapter twice just to see if I could streamline it at all, and it doesn't seem like I can. So I'm just kind of be moving around the house and wait for him to appear somewhere, and we'll get a little cutscene when it shows us. You look really upset about something. What's the matter? She's too frightened to move or speak. Why? Is the vampire in the room? No. Oh, maybe the vampire was moving through the room, and then they went back to work. But how could they see an invisible vampire? Oh, that was the wrong spell. How about this spell? Wait, didn't I make that a purple version of Magic Pool? Oh, I put the purple version on down. That's right. Well, he went back into the gun room. So let's, first of all, we'll pop Reveal Invisible again. Let's go in and see if we can't save this guy. Oh, our enchantment ran off on the saber. He's going to vanish again. So he doesn't even run towards the door. He runs towards the window. So the initial experience, if you cast Reveal Invisible preemptively, it kind of gives you the... oh, and when you save the servants, they give you more bullets. As though Edward needs more bullets. But yeah, it gives you the impression that, oh, this invisible creature is moving through the house. And if you can see invisible, you can actually chase him down. But that doesn't seem to be the case. He kind of just teleports to where he's going to go. It does seem like he goes to that gun room more often first, though, because that's where he went in both of my test plays. But at this point, I've seen him both in, I think, the upstairs bedroom and out here in the main hall. But he should have to come through this door here, which I can't open because I don't have the key yet. Let's wait until we know where he is, and then enchant our... Oh, I did see him. I did just see him. No, that was I'm playing... My eyes are playing a trick on me. I didn't see him. I think I saw the fairy dust coming off my Mantarok rune there in front of the door and got excited for a second. But what that Mantarok rune is doing is filling up my sanity, health, and magic. He's back out in the main hall. Okay, so let's just enchant the sword and go out there and... This should be the last time. I think we should only have to fight him 3 times, but there might be some randomness to it. It might be based on how much damage you do. I don't actually know. All I know is you chase the vampire around for a while, and it's not super entertaining. And it's also very easy to accidentally hit one of these servants when you're trying to chop this vampire in half. So we killed him 3 times, and then he dropped the key. I think that might be standard. The 3rd time you kill him, he might always drop the key. But if he kills these servants, they don't give you more ammo. We haven't had to mix an item for a while. Let's mix this item together to make the broken basement key, and then we will enchant it. I pushed the wrong button. Enchant it. I think it's just cheaper to cast red. And then we're going to re-up our reveal invisibility before we go downstairs. In fact, we're going to re-up both... Nope, that was the wrong spell. I want down. Our magic pool and our reveal invisibility. Even a 7-point reveal invisible is pretty cheap to cast. And then our... Enchant the sword? Oh, we don't have enough magical energy. Well, whatever. Let's just go do it. Let's just get down there. But there's a monster down here, but we can't actually kill the monster yet. Even we can see him because we've got Reveal Invisible up. First, we must destroy his plinth. And... trying to hit the plinth instead of him. There's 2 hits. I think the plinth takes 3 hits. I got magic pull up, dude. There's nothing you can do to me. There we go. Now we can actually destroy this creature. And it's pretty much just a straight up, like, guts fight. It's just going to be a slap fight to the death, but I got magic pull and you don't. And I got an enchanted purple sword and you don't. It doesn't seem like the elephant gun does damage to this creature. I was trying to fight him. Oh, my spells ran out. Oh, now we really do have to get out of here. It's fine. He's taking damage, and he won't follow me up the stairs, through the door. Okay, we're fine. Everything's good. We'll just put everything back the way it was. And he can't refill his health because we done destroyed his plinth. Oh, I should have waited until my health was high enough. Whoa, hello. I was not expecting you to be on the stairs. I don't know why I wasn't. We got him. Let's kill him. And now I want to set... I have my Reveal Invisible assigned, right? Left is my Reveal Invisible, down is my Magic Pool. Okay, that's what we need. So now the vampire's dead. And there's so much ammo in this room.
Shoutouts to Toodles Team for sponsoring this video, and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.